decided to sign a prenup against my lawyer's advice. In the end, I know all this legal stuff is not going to keep me from being with Kandi. You do many of these on the neighborhood?
I have done a couple.
Yeah.
All right, I'm rolling. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, ready.
From the very beginning, let's get straight to the heart of the storm. Todd Tucker is officially asking the court for primary physical custody of their children and for Kandi Burruss' long-standing prenup to be reassessed for enforceability. And Kandi is not taking this quietly. In fact, she's reaching for the one thing almost no celebrity ever uses in a divorce battle: Bravo footage. Yes, Kandi plans to weaponize Real Housewives of Atlanta and Kandi's wedding video archives as legal evidence against Todd's claims. And if you've been following the story, you already know this divorce is no longer just amicable differences. It is turning into a full-on legal chess match. And Kandi just moved her queen across the board. Welcome back to the channel, your #1 source for real celebrity news, reality TV breakdowns, entertainment, and everything in between. Before we dive deeper, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a major update. Because this right here, this is only the beginning. Now let's break down exactly what happened, clearly, cleanly, and with all the receipts. Just yesterday, right before Thanksgiving, Todd Tucker, through his attorney, responded to Kandi's divorce petition. And in that response, Todd is not only asking for primary physical custody of both Ace and Blaze, he's also challenging whether the prenup he signed in 2014 should still be considered valid. According to Todd's filing, he claims he was presented with the final draft of the prenuptial agreement right before the wedding ceremony, and that he did not have proper legal representation when he signed. In other words, Todd is telling the court that the prenup should be thrown out because it wasn't executed properly. Now pause there, because this is where Kandi's team comes in with what might be the boldest countermove we've seen in a celebrity divorce in years. According to an exclusive report from Us Weekly, Kandi's attorneys filed an amended petition on December 1st, and in that filing, they say they are prepared to use Bravo footage as evidence that Todd did have legal counsel, that he did speak to his attorney, and that he verbally stated, on camera, that he was good to sign the prenup. Let that sink in. Kandi is saying, roll the tape. She's telling the court that Todd's claims are directly contradicted by the footage from their 5-part Bravo wedding special, Kandi's wedding that premiered on June 1st, 2014. Her lawyer points out, Todd's lawyer was a high-powered attorney, fully involved in the negotiations. Their journey toward executing the prenup was filmed with Todd's full knowledge and consent. And most importantly, Todd verbally states on camera that he confirmed everything with his lawyer and was ready to sign. If true, that single moment destroys Todd's argument. And this raises a huge question. Why would Todd make this claim knowing it was recorded? Did his attorney not know the footage existed? Did Todd forget what he said on camera? Or is this simply a legal Hail Mary to loosen the financial terms? Meanwhile, Todd is also asking for alimony if the prenup is thrown out, which, of course, suggests the prenup currently prohibits alimony. But that's not the only shocking development. In his filing, Todd also claims that Kandi's work obligations will take her away from the children for months, specifically referencing her Broadway run-in and Juliet, which runs through March. He claims he attempted to work out a custody arrangement privately, but if they fail to reach an agreement, he wants the court to award him primary custody while Kandi gets visitation. This set the internet on fire. But this morning, Kandi's legal team fired back, and they fired back hard. Not only is Kandi saying Todd is no more available than she has receipts showing that both parents travel for work, both parents have frequently been away from home, and they have always relied on the same nanny and Kandi's large family support network for childcare. But then came the twist. Kandi has amended her petition. Originally, She requested joint physical and legal custody. But now, Kandi is demanding primary physical custody of Ace and Blaze. This divorce is officially a war, and we're only getting started. Originally, Kandi asked for joint legal and physical custody. That suggested she wanted to keep the separation as smooth as possible. But when Todd filed his response demanding primary custody and challenging the prenup, Kandi came right back and said, "Okay, then I'm asking for primary physical custody as well." And that tells us something extremely important. This divorce has entered the strategic phase. Let's get into the details Kandi presents to the court, because these will likely decide the future of this custody battle. First, Kandi's legal response states, Todd is also a public figure. Todd is also self-employed. And Todd's career also takes him away from home for extended periods. Her lawyers argue that Todd's claim that Kandi will be unavailable is misleading and incomplete. They say both parents travel for work, and they have done so independently and together. Meaning, Todd cannot argue she's away too much, when he too is often away producing projects, filming, or traveling for business. Then her attorneys highlight another major factor, Kandi's family support system. Within a 5 to 20 mile radius of their home, Kandi has her mother, her aunts, her cousins, extended family, and a long-term nanny that she pays for. Todd, meanwhile, does not have the same network locally. This significantly strengthens Kandi's claim for primary custody because courts look for stability, consistency, and available support systems for children. But the real firebomb in Kandi's filing is the Bravo footage. Her lawyers point out, the prenup negotiation was filmed with full knowledge of both parties. Todd discussed legal terms with his lawyer both on and off camera. Todd verbally stated he was good to sign the agreement after speaking with his attorney. This is not just a counterargument, it's a documented timeline. Courts love documented timelines. If this footage is as clear as described, it could single-handedly destroy Todd's argument that the prenup is invalid. In divorce law, especially for celebrities, prenups are almost always upheld unless there is clear evidence of coercion, unequal bargaining power, or lack of proper legal representation. But if the footage shows Todd was calm, informed, aware, and directly consulting a lawyer, then Todd will have a nearly impossible time convincing the court otherwise. And this leads us to a very real possibility. Todd's argument may not be coming from fact, but from strategy. Challenging a prenup is often a pressure tactic. Even if the prenup stands, filing the challenge forces the other side to negotiate. It can slow proceedings, raise costs, and create bargaining leverage. But Kandi is signaling that she will not be negotiating under pressure. She is bringing footage, documents, timelines, and a paper trail, and she is bringing it fast. Now, let's shift to the children, because that is where emotions truly erupt. Todd says Kandi's Broadway schedule makes her unavailable. Kandi says Todd's own travel schedule contradicts that. Todd says Kandi being away for months means he should be primary custodian. Kandi says both parents travel, and they have always used nannies and family support. Todd says he hopes they can work out an agreement. Kandi is now saying she wants primary custody too. This is no longer just a legal disagreement. This is a stalemate. And when both parents request primary custody, it forces the court to examine who provides more stability, who has the stronger support network, who has been the primary caregiver day to day, who can provide consistent environment, and most importantly, what is in the best interest of the children. That means the judge will likely look at school schedules, travel logs, work itineraries, time spent away from home, child care arrangements, and the general environment of each household. It's important to remember, Kandi and Todd are both excellent parents. They love their kids deeply, and until recently, they have co-parented extremely well. So, how did it get here? How did a 10-year marriage unravel into competing custody claims? The answer lies in part 3, where we break down the deeper emotional shift happening behind this legal battle. Stick with me. This is where everything ties together. Now, let's step back, beyond the filings, beyond the footage, beyond the legal strategies, and look at the emotional truth behind why this situation has become so tense. Kandi and Todd have not been perfect, but their relationship was publicly built on teamwork, loyalty, blended families, and an us-against-the-world mentality. They battled Mama Joyce's disapproval. They navigated past conflicts with maturity. They launched multiple businesses together. They raised children together. And when they married in 2014, it truly seemed like Kandi had found someone who understood her ambition, her drive, and her world. So for it to reach this point, with both sides filing for primary custody and challenging the most intimate pieces of their marriage, tells us something major happened behind the scenes. Now here's the truth. There are countless rumors circulating online, but most are unverified, exaggerated, or flat-out false. As always, until information is confirmed by credible sources, we do not amplify rumors. What we can say based on court filings is, Todd believes the prenup is unfair and was executed improperly. Kandi believes Todd is lying and has video proof to back it up. Todd believes Kandi's work keeps her away from the kids. Kandi believes Todd travels just as much and is exaggerating her absence. Todd wants primary custody. Kandi now wants primary custody too. This is no longer about disagreements. This is about control. This is about security. This is about who wants to define the narrative of the breakup. And when both parents believe they are the more stable caregiver, a divorce that could have remained private becomes a headline. But here's the key, and what many people are overlooking. Kandi's amended petition changes the date of separation to July 15th, 2025, not 2024, meaning, from the very beginning, we have been operating on an incorrect timeline. This marriage was potentially deteriorating for months, possibly even years, before the public realized it. And divorce experts will tell you, when separation dates don't match, it often signals deeper disagreements about finances, timelines, responsibilities, and who contributed what to the marriage. That will play a huge role in asset division. Now let's talk co-parenting. Todd could move into his New Jersey condo temporarily. The kids could stay in Atlanta with Kandi's family network. Or they could rotate households, depending on school schedules. There are peaceful paths forward. But right now, both sides are digging in. And perhaps the saddest part is this. Just a few months ago, nobody imagined we'd be discussing Kandi and Todd in a custody battle, let alone a fight over prenups and alimony. This couple built brands together. They defended each other through adversity. They raised 2 beautiful children. And they showed millions of viewers what a blended modern family could look like. Now, the same cameras that documented their love story may be the evidence that ends their marriage. And that is heartbreaking. But here's the important conclusion. Despite the legal war, despite the petitions, despite the filings, both Kandi and Todd love Ace and Blaze. Both want the best for their children. And both are fighting for what they believe is right. This story is not over, not even close. The custody battle will evolve. The prenup challenge will face scrutiny. The Bravo footage may be played in court. And the separation timeline may become a major factor. But no matter how messy it gets, the ultimate goal should be, and hopefully will be, a stable environment for their kids. We'll continue to follow this story, but as of today, one thing is clear. Kandi Burruss is not going down without a fight, and Todd Tucker is equally prepared to stand his ground. This divorce just became one of the most complex, emotionally layered celebrity separations of the year. And we're going to be right here breaking it down for you every step of the way. This divorce is more than just a financial split. It's a battle over legacy. Kandi is fighting to maintain control over her business empire, the narrative of her success, and the stability of her family unit, proving that her fame and wealth do not negate her abilities as a mother. Todd is fighting for acknowledgement of his contributions to the marriage, his role as a dedicated father, and equitable treatment in the shadow of Kandi's massive success. The usage of reality TV footage in court documents is a monumental moment, defining the blurred lines between reality television and actual legal reality in the celebrity age. Kandi is banking on the fact that millions of people watch their relationship unfold, and she expects the court to watch it too. This story is just heating up, and we are tracking every filing. What is your take on Todd's aggressive custody request? Do you think Kandi has the upper hand by using Bravo footage to protect her prenup? Let me know your thoughts and reactions in the comments below. If you want to hear the legal perspective on this case, check out the video link in the description or cards above. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to Pop Showroom, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into the culture. Thanks for watching.